Good evening, everybody. It's me, Kelly, and my husband, Steve. And tonight, thanks to West Virginia Running Dawn, and I know a couple of others gave me something to talk about, but West Virginia Running Dawn, I'll leave his link in the description below. He suggested that our talk should be about aliens. Do they exist? So I'm thinking we're going to touch bases with aliens and what, paranormal?
Yeah.
So, what do you feel? Do aliens exist? Do you feel?
I feel there's other life out there in the universe. Have they visited us? I don't know. But if you see the way we are,
Like aliens, like
Yeah.
the little
yeah,
the spaceship
yeah.
UFOs.
Have they come to visit us?
I think they're
Oh, no.
giving me an anal probe today. Drink. No, my stomach's
they-
just irritated today.
I mean, if I was an alien, I wouldn't come to this planet because
If I was an alien, I wouldn't come to this house.
Because
we
you-
got kids. No.
I mean, you. The first thing they're going to pick up when they get close to this planet is going to be all the movies we've been broadcasting, the TV shows, the news that's been broadcast out into space, and they're going to see how violent we are. They're going to see the alien movies about what we do to aliens. We kill them.
Remember Lisa down the street?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what she told me? That aliens, somebody said, I forget the person's name. He's like a known person that I don't know. I can't remember his name. She said that he's the creator, or aliens are the ones that created us. And I'm like, what? Things that make you go, No.
I don't know about
Our creator.
I don't know about that,
yeah.
but I do believe that they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe they're intelligent enough or more, I guess, evolved than us to where they got better ships and everything else?
Right.
I'm sure they are. But, like I said, if you start looking at our broadcasts on what we do to ourselves and what we do in the sci-fi movies, what we do to aliens, I wouldn't come here. I wouldn't come here. You think about like the movie,
Yeah, but they got to be more powerful than us, probably. Oh, before we even get any further into this, the reason I don't want to talk about politics and religion, I've had a couple of questions about it, is because I just don't want to have arguments, between me and him. If you guys want to comment in the comments, anything religious, that's fine. Anything political, that's fine. I just don't want to talk, because me and him, we butt heads when it comes to that kind of stuff.
yeah.
A lot of people do. But anyway, go ahead. Finish with your theory on the aliens. Area 51, blah, blah, blah.
Well, like I said, have they visited us? They probably have. Not as often as the tabloids, make it out to be. I don't think it's that often. I do believe that they probably visited us a couple times to see where we were on the evolutionary track. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think they'd be showing up here all the time.
Yeah. I don't know what to believe. I really don't. I don't know. I know that there's got to be. I mean,
There's
come
gotta
on,
be other life.
look at the bugs that we find daily that they're making new names for. I'm
We're-
like, how
we're
do
still
they know
finding
that? Yeah, they're still finding them. They're like, okay, this is a sauce and slosh. Just an example. This is an
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. So I think they are, and they're pretty. I think there is. I'm very. Would you call it optimistic? When it comes to that, I believe, and I believe it's possible. Yeah, I do. So
I believe the possibility. I just don't believe it's as often as, like I said, the tabloids make it out to be.
Oh, I know. Like every little thing. Oh, that's an alien looking in the window, and
Oh, I've been abducted by aliens. Really?
Yeah, I know. Now, what about paranormal? We'll get back on aliens.
The
too.
ghosts?
Spirits and ghosts,
Spirits and
demons, and evil, and all of that.
I mean, I do believe that there are spirits. They're trapped on this earth for whatever reason. Some are helpful, some aren't. There's a lot.
What do you mean by some are helpful?
Well, like the ones the mediums tap into.
Mm-hmm.
They say, "Oh, I talked to your grandmother today, or I talked to your mom, or someone who passed away. They want to tell you something important, and then they end up telling you something that there's no way they knew that information.
Right.
Nobody else in the family knew it. It's never been posted on the internet, or in a book, or nothing. And all of a sudden they tell you about it, and there's no way." But
What? So what are you saying? You don't believe?
No,
I don't believe all mediums.
I don't believe all mediums. A lot of mediums take what your body language and what little you say, and just expand on it. But the ones that come out of the blue and say something that there was no way they could have researched it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's just no way.
Yeah.
So some of the things, there's just no way they could have researched it, and you didn't lead into them.
Yeah, like one of them said on TV, oh, well, do you have a hummingbird on you? I mean, why couldn't he have said a frog or anything? But she had a hummingbird tattooed on her. I was like, whoa. But
Yeah.
I mean, that could be just for television, too.
Yeah, I mean, some
Just
of it
like
could be
the reality shows.
just like, what was it, that Ghost Hunters or whatever?
Yeah.
How the little noise is always off camera somewhere,
Now, I'll be right back.
and they never see it.
Go ahead and take it over.
Yeah, okay. I'll still talk about these.
The bathroom.
I'll still talk about the paranormal. But I mean, I kind of believe in that troubled spirit thing. Not necessarily unfinished business so much. But like those that, I mean, some people believe that if you have a violent death, that your energy is trapped here. Because it was so sudden and so severe, it's such a shock to the system, that your energy stays here. But I mean, I've had my own experiences with some paranormal. There was a house out in San Diego near Old Town that has the courthouse attached to it, and they've basically turned it into a museum. Inside all the rooms is stuff from that time period, and then they got plexiglass blocking you so you can't walk into the room other than 2 feet, and that's about it. Just enough to see everything. And I was the only one upstairs. I was walking down, elderly couple was walking up, and I heard a little kid laugh from above my shoulder.
But don't you think that could be in a speaker in that room? Because those places are set up for little noises. I'm optimistic.
But the elderly couple didn't seem shaken by it. Didn't even seem like they heard it.
Or they probably were just like, oh, I heard that. They've been there before. I heard that. Yeah.
Maybe. But earlier, when I was in the master bedroom, I thought that there was somebody sitting on the master bed, like a little little
You
person.
thought or you seen it?
I didn't see it. I felt like there was somebody sitting there. You know how you get that?
Feeling like if somebody's standing behind me.
Yeah, someone's.
Oh, I had that before. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How many minutes is that?
7. You got I mean, you get that feeling that you know someone's in your room, and you turn around and there is somebody in your room.
Right.
Well, that's how I felt. Was like there was somebody in there, but when I looked, there's nobody there. I didn't see an indent or nothing in the bed, but it just felt like there was somebody sitting on that bed.
Excuse me.
And what's really trippy is they got this reflection of a dress inside of one of the mirrors. The dress is in one of the other rooms. Me and my friend were looking at this, trying to figure out how does the reflection of the dress bounce around like that to get on that mirror. And it just seemed like
it's probably built into the mirror. I mean, there's things for that, just like trick photography and all that.
Yeah.
But I've had it to where one night, it was about 2 in the morning. I've always been a really late night person. And one night, this before me and him, well, we knew each other. We just, it was back in the day. My kids were really little. Anyway, I was sitting at the computer. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I just felt like somebody was behind me, and I started to yell. I actually turned around and said, "Get in bed, baby." I didn't even get I went like that. The kids nobody was there. I went and checked on the kids. They were sleeping. It was like somebody was behind me. I was like, whoa. And I felt that whole way off and on all night. But it was kind of creepy. It was. But I do believe in the paranormal. I do believe in spirits. I do believe in ghosts. And I kind of try to veer away from it because I don't want to really say I'm scared. I am scared, but I'm not, because you're not supposed to fear. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But I'm just, I don't know how to explain it. It's creepy.
Yeah. I mean, when you start talking about ghosts, some people say there's no way there's a ghost because of religion.
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard not to get. You can say because of religion. Yeah, well, because of religion. Some people don't.
Some people believe your spirit either goes to heaven or hell, that you don't get to stay here. So they don't believe in ghosts.
Well,
but
this is what I feel about ghosts.
Yeah.
I feel that if you go When you pass away, whether you go to heaven or hell, you're still able to come back and visit Earth. I don't feel the people, the spirits that come down are just wandering ghosts. I don't feel that. I feel that they come down to visit.
Yeah.
I really do.
I kind of feel that. Yeah, I kind of feel that heaven and hell are not above and below us, but actually, kind of, if you want to say, beside us, in a wavelength that we can't pick up. That's why dogs, oftentimes, in spooky places.
Here's the afterlife, and this is me, and so, this is the afterlife. This is what it says. The mediums. Yeah. This is me, and this is the afterlife. So it's right here. I mean, we could reach it. Yeah, we can touch it, but we can't really touch it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's on another wavelength that sometimes the wavelengths interfere with our world, and you'll have some weird things happen to you.
How do you all say wavelength? Is it wavelength or wavelength? I say wavelength. That's why I'm just saying wavelength to mess with him.
But you know how sometimes you swear something moved? You never touched it, nobody touched it, but now it's in a different spot. Or you see that shadow out of the corner of your eye, and you know it was something. But
yeah.
Not there.
Oh, I felt on this bed. I felt when I'm in here by myself, I feel like something moves the bed. Or I'll be sitting here and I'll feel somebody tap. Every now and then. It was always after somebody passed away. I don't know, it's weird.
And that's why I kind of feel that heaven and hell is on a different wavelength that we can't sense. Dogs can sometimes sense it. That's why they'll bug at nothing.
They sense the tornadoes.
Yeah, they bug at nothing.
They got extra terrestrial hearing. Terrestrial.
Yeah. Or babies will steer off in one spot. And you're like, what are they looking for?
Hold that thought. We'll be right back to what are the babies looking for. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Back to...
Well, we talk about how babies will steer off in one spot, and you look over there, and it's just nothing. It's like, what are they looking at? You don't know if they're daydreaming or if they actually see something.
Yeah.
Maybe their eyes can pick up what older eyes can't. Because there was an app my boss was playing that would make sounds at different wavelengths. Real high pitch, stuff like that, and it says the older you are, the less you can hear. So they'll play like the high pitched one, and like 20-year-olds are supposed to be able to hear it, but if you're in your 30s or 40s, you can't. And she says, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "No, I didn't hear anything." Play the next one, didn't hear anything. Play that one, yeah, I hear that one.
Right.
And they said, "Okay, well, according to that, you're in your 40s." I'm like, how do they know that?
Okay, back to extraterrestrials, aliens.
The aliens?
What do you believe in more? Spirits or extraterrestrials? Aliens, should I say. Spirits and ghosts.
I believe in spirits a lot. And I believe in there's other life out there. But I don't know if
it's the cone shaped or the
I don't know
alien shaped.
I don't know if it's aliens capable of interstellar travel. Because you figure the nearest star to us is a couple, what was it? Something like a couple thousand light years. So even if you're traveling at the speed of light, it's going to take a couple thousand years. So, are they visiting us? Do they have vehicles that can go faster than light? I don't know.
No, but the question was...
But yeah, aliens. I do believe there's life out there.
I know, but what do you believe in more?
But do they believe that they're visiting us?
Or paranormal? I'm not talking about...
I believe in paranormal probably more than aliens.
So, same here.
But like I said, I believe that there's life out there, so that means there's aliens out there. Has aliens come to visit? I doubt that. Because the military, all the militaries, and even private companies are constantly practicing new technologies. And that's what they're saying a lot of the 40s and 50s was all these new jets, new airplanes, helicopters flying in the air, and it was the first time people saw these things. It would look kind of odd. Right. It would look like a flying spacecraft of some sort.
That's true. Just like the one out in California. It was funny because Debbie, I have to clown on you. My sister does watch these off and on. Have to clown on her. While she was out here visiting, there was out in California, her hometown, in San Diego, I believe it was. There was somebody thought it was a UFO, spaceship, spacecraft. She told me it was a rocket, And I'm like, there's no way it was a rocket. I mean, it was a test missile is what it was.
Yeah.
But she said, no, it was a rocket. I said, there is no way. So I looked, I did my little debate with her. I looked it up and I said, it's a missile. She goes, I don't care. They said it was a rocket. It's a rocket. I was like...
Rocket and missile, pretty much the same thing.
I know, but the thing is that she was talking about a rocket.
Yeah.
I'm like, Debbie, there would be more than just a little bit of a spark up in the sky. It would be really big. But... my anxiety level is like totally up there. It's on a scale from 1 to 10. It's on a level 50. I lie to you not. I have no idea. I think it's doing the fasting. They said because the toxins, when I did that juicing, the toxins kind of like are just messing with me. They're putting the toxins in different spots in my body. I don't know. But
yeah,
anyway.
Going back to those alien sightings in the spacecrafts, it would make sense that the government would kind of want those stories out there.
Instead of hiding them. I don't believe that they hide them. I don't believe that they hide them.
If they're testing stealth technology...
well, that, yeah.
Wouldn't it make more sense to kind of feed the story of aliens, alien ships and stuff like that? That way a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, right, whatever, and dismiss it. And those that really want to try to find it, they're not going to look at the military base going, what are you flying? They're going to be looking at the stars going, where are they? So kind of, it's like a diversion story for the military.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at something on the internet.
Trying to divert your attention from what the military's really doing. That makes sense. I mean,
yeah. But have you had anybody? What time do we have? I'm blind, you guys. He's got glasses on. I wear glasses too, but I don't have them on. Okay. So what was your most known that you can recall that you feel was, as far as aliens go, I don't think you've ever had one because I don't think you've ever told me.
No.
Same here. I haven't ever seen an alien. But as far as paranormal event, I mean the closest thing that you can even think of, besides that lizard thing, that's a long story. That'll be a whole different. If anybody wants to hear about his lizard, was it a lizard? Just tell me. Yes. Remember, you said it was on a.
Oh yeah.
Was that? Were you fully awake when that happened?
It was just a.
Don't say it because we're gonna add that.
It was just a feeling I had.
Well, like I said, we're not going to go right this minute, but put comments down below and give us something to talk about. Like Shay H, she go check her out too. Next week I'm going to give her another shout out, and I don't mind giving everybody a shout out. I wish I could, but she was talking about Jada Pinkett Smith, so we're going to do that next week along with something else. I really haven't followed up on that, so, we'll play it by ear. I'm not really sure if he wants to talk about it, but it's not really what he wants. It's what, the viewers want, so. But, I don't know. I'll look into it, and, I'll have him check into it. But if we don't check into it, then we really can't comment on something we haven't seen. But I veered off.
Yeah.
My anxiety's wrong. My anxiety's wrong. That was wrong of me is what I meant to say. But, yeah. So, what was your closest paranormal other than that little dragon thing?
Other than a little kid sitting upstairs?
What?
Well, I was just talking about that earlier, about that house in San Diego.
Oh, no, something other than that, yeah. I mean, have you had, your dad passed away in June, after Father's Day.
Okay, so you're not talking about, being able to sense something that's happened to your family from far away. You're talking about more like
what experience have you had other than the San Diego
experience? I've had. Well, down here there's a trailer park that I was visiting a friend and
his ex-wife.
No,
I'm only kidding.
No, this was a friend that was living there, and supposedly the story is that in that trailer park somewhere, there's 2 people died. One was small, one was really large. Large, I'm talking about 6 foot, over 6 foot tall.
Tall.
Over 6 foot tall.
One was short and one was tall.
Yeah. And supposedly they wander around the trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sitting there, I'm talking. I didn't know the story. And
you're wide awake.
I'm wide awake, and
okay.
I'm talking to my friend. And I look down the hallway of his trailer home, and I didn't see anything, but I felt like somebody was standing in the middle of the hallway. And he was taking up the whole hallway. He was really tall, really big,
Yeah, big dude.
Yeah, like football player dude.
Oh, I just gave Big Dude a shout out.
And he was, and I'm like, and my friend's like, why do you keep staring down there? I said, I feel like there's somebody standing in that hallway. And my friend turned almost, he turned almost white.
Yeah.
He was almost like pale white. And he said, and he just looked at me. He says, are you sensing that it's big or small? Like, what do you mean big or small? He says, is the person tall or short? I say, he's pretty much taking up the whole hallway. And then he told me about the story.
Mm-hmm.
That the rumor about that trailer park. So I mean that was pretty close.
Well,
I've never been able to see him, hear him, maybe like that little kid, but I've like felt like something was there.
Yeah, well, if you felt something was there, then maybe that wasn't on the intercom, the little child's voice. Maybe there was somebody there.
And I do remember my first,
because I know little kids come to you really like TJ. He loves Grandpa, my grandson, our grandson. He loves him. I mean, I told him last night, I said, Grandpa's coming. He started bouncing up and down. I have his little playpen here. He started bouncing up and down. And Grandpa came in. I said, Grandpa's there. I said, where's Grandpa? Where's Grandpa? And as soon as he seen Steve, he went like this, like that. He said, that. I wish I would have got it on camera.
But I remember my first experience. It was the first house that I lived in. So I must have been about 7th or 8th grade. I walked downstairs, and just as I turned the light on, and then, now this one I did see, a dark shadow, probably about the size of a baseball, went shooting across the room and into the concrete wall. It was gone. About the size of a baseball, and it was just a little black dot, shot. I don't know if that was my eyes playing tricks on me at that time.
Might have been an orb.
It might have been. It might have been an orb that went through the basement.
Now, there was a guy that, I forget his name, and I do apologize to him. He's new. He's a new subscriber of mine. Gosh. Kind of funny guy. Him and his dad are always arguing. If I could think of his name, in fact, I'll know his name. I'll put it in the description. But he had I think it was sleep-wake paralysis. To where he said that he swore he was awake. I had the same exact thing happen to me. I was sick. I didn't feel good. But I knew I was sleeping, so I know it was sleep-wake paralysis. He swears he was awake. To where I was laying there, and I felt like I was awake. I could see my mom through the doorway. I was laying on her bed because I was sick. And I could see her out, but she was farther away than it would normally have been if I would have been awake. It was like, I was seeing her way over there. Yeah. And she was looking at me, and I was screaming her name, but nothing would come out. I couldn't move my body. I couldn't do anything. And I woke up, and I said, you didn't hear me? She goes, what are you talking about? And I could tell I must have been dreaming, because when I woke up, I couldn't really see as clearly as I could. You know what I'm saying? In the dream, I could see clearly. So that was kind of creepy. Sleep-wake paralysis scares the holy crap out of me. I've had that so much. I have a sleep disorder anyway. My anxiety is bad tonight. If you guys see me fidgeting, it's because of that. But that's why I got up a couple of times, or one time. About to get up again.
Well, give us more suggestions. Leave comments.
Yeah, give us some more suggestions. He's actually got to go back to work. Him and Alyssa. Alyssa's going to go do her homework there with him, which is good for me, because tonight I'm just not having a good night. I got up early this morning, too. Went to bed kind of late, but got up early, so... What time are we on?
11.
But yeah, there was something I can't, on the first video that we did last Wednesday about my sister, and I had it in my mind, and now I forget it again. I guess it just isn't supposed to be. But so does everybody believe in the paranormal, in the spirits visiting, and what's your thought on it? Like I said, we don't really talk religion because it causes a rift between me and him, because he's got his beliefs, I've got mine. Sometimes we have the same thing, sometimes we don't. And politics, I just don't want to get into it all. I really don't. I'm not a political person. He is. I mean, I have a say on this and that, but I don't want to defend anybody. Not defend. I don't want to offend anybody. Offend. I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to, my belief's my belief, and I just don't want to argue about it. But with him, excuse me, when it comes to politics, him and I are basically on the same page, except for the death penalty. He believes in it, I don't. But that's what we talked about. And I'm sorry, I'm coughing. But anyway, leave us. Go ahead and tell him what to do, Steve. I'll let you take over. You're getting good at this.
Leave the comments. Subscribe, like.
thumbs up, like, share, and let us know what you'd like to hear. And Shay, I'm going to look into Shay H. I'm going to look into Jada Pinkett Smith, and then Making a Murderer, I think it was. I haven't watched that, and I tried to, and I just can't get into it, so I'm not going to do anything on that. But as far as Jada Pinkett, Pinkett, however they say her name, I'll look into that. But give us some ideas, and not that it's a big deal, but it kind of is. I'll give you a shout out, and yeah, you'll get to hear what the topic. Anyway, he's got to get going. He's got to go back to work, and he's got to go get Alyssa. She's at church right now. But everybody take care, and we'll see you when? Next Wednesday. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, give us an idea, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon.